Hi there, it's Helen from Slim and Stylish. Thank you for joining me for day number 3 of my back-to-back 7-day project. Today I've made a business card holder. So I have this business card holder for my old business cards. I've just had new business cards done for Stampin' Up, and I've decided to make another holder to keep those in. So these are using the Eastern Palace series. I did have one, I now have two because I've just done a tutorial and I've realised partway through it took 18 minutes and YouTube will only let me upload one that's 15 minutes long. So I'm doing this again and I'm going to be speaking a little bit quicker and going a little bit quicker so that I can upload this, and fingers crossed this works, otherwise I'll be doing a fourth one with another one, trying to get it quicker. So I'm using the Eastern Palace series and it's just a little cute box that holds all of the business cards in. I'll tell you at the end, if I've got time, how to make it for different size business cards, because I've made these and they're a little bit of a different size. So I will explain to you how to get your dimensions, but if you do comment in the comments box, I will tell you what dimensions to do yours in. So for mine, I'm still going to use the Eastern Palace paper because I do like it. I had been trying to avoid using lemon and lime twist because I've been using it a lot. But we've come back round to it, so I'm using it again. I'm going to be using this side of the paper and not this side for the outside of my box. So I really want to score on this side, and then that will make sure that that's nice and crisp for the project. Get my score. You need your paper to be 7 inches by 4 3/4 inches. If it's centimetres, this isn't an exact conversion. It will be slightly bigger, but it's the less messier of the measurements to work with. 19.5 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres. So you want to score on the long side at half an inch, which is 1.5 centimetres, 3.25 inches, which is 8.5 centimetres, 3 3/4 inches, which is 10 centimetres, and then you want to do it at 6.5 inches, which is 17 centimetres. You want to turn it onto its side now, and you want to do it at 1/2 inch, which is 1.5 centimetres, and 4.25 inches, which is 11 centimetres. Okay, and that's all you need your Simply Scored tool for. So you can put that away. And then I'm just going to burnish the sides. As I said, I wanted the lemon and lime twist because I do really love that colour on the outside. Sorry if you can't see totally. I'm just burnishing all the sides, and because I started in the middle, it's misbehaving. As you're doing it on designer series paper, don't be too harsh with the burnishing. It is a lot stronger than most papers, but it's just not still as sturdy as our cardstock, so you want to be quite delicate with it. Now, I'm not sure which part of this video you're going to be able to see the score lines with better. I think it's probably going to be that side. So I'll explain to you now where we're snipping. You want it long ways so that you have these little score bars here, and they're the bits you just want to nip into. And because it is small and it is fiddly, I'm actually going to cut either side of the score so it just takes out a little triangle. Some of them you can get away with doing it straight. Because this is small and it is fiddly, I wouldn't recommend it. So I'm just going to try and do that as quickly as I can. I talked through most of this in my last video, so I think that's why it lasted so long. If this one lasts as long again, I think I'm going to have to do the box in one and do the stamping in another. I didn't actually realise, you don't realise when you're doing these how long they last for. You think, oh, you did that in a couple of minutes, and you look and it, well, you really haven't. So turn the cardstock over and do the same on the other side. clear those away. One thing I will mention, when I did this one, which was the first one I did it straight across the bottom here, so it was a clear line when you did it. The second one I used a circle punch and I created a thumb hole, which I quite like, so I'm going to incorporate that one again in this one. So I'm using the 1 3/8 inch circle, and I'm just guessing where the middle is. It's a bit easier actually on this paper because you do have the little diamantes, diamonds, to be able to tell you that you're in the centre, so you can actually get quite a good measurement on those. Right, so I'm going to come in as snail. I have done both of these with mini glue dots and they started to pull apart. Snail will probably do the same, so I would recommend for you to use your fast fuse or liquid glue, but because I'm on a tight time scale, I'm not going to use either. I'm just going to fix it with snail. So if you bring all of the sides together, and stick them down. This is the top with the cutout. So this one here goes into the bottom, as you'll see in a minute. I think my hands keep getting in the way of you today, all fingers and thumbs. And I also just checked I'm pretty much off screen, so I do apologise. I hope you've been able to see everything. It'll just be my luck that this one's 12 minutes long or something, so I can get it uploaded, and then when I check you can't actually see what I've done. Right, so with this one at the top, you're just going to do the same. What I will do this and then I'll explain to you what I did just so you can see. But normally this would be the part where you nip it. I'll show you what I mean, because it would be better to do it while it isn't made right. So, okay, you seal it like that. Now what I was talking about was just here. You can't really see because the flowers, but these, when you have a nice little wing, whereas this just seems to stick out. So before you seal it, you may want to just have a little snip off. It still hangs out wide, but it just does it in a slightly neater fashion, if you can see that. So I'm now going to bring in, just to double check, a couple of my business cards, and they just fit into the centre there. Ready, so that's how I've made my box. I'm now going to show you how I did the little flower detail on it and the inking. So I did this in Tranquil Tide and Fresh Fig. This one I'm going to do in Tranquil Tide and Lemon and Lime. So I'm going to do it like this with a double flower because I do really like that. So I'm going to come in with my Tranquil Tide cardstock. And this is using the Pansy punch, which is this one from Stampin' Up. It's got the coordinating stamp set, which I am going to be using, and I will show you, but I just want to get the first pansy punched. Because you don't put any ink on this one. The next one I'm going to be on Lemon and Lime Twist. But to use this, I'm going to be using this stamp, which is from the Flower Shop bunch, and it is my pansy, so I'm using this one, which is the one I've used on the other two. Yeah, I think that's still the one I want to use. I do like this one as a patch, but I think that's the one I'm going to and I want to use. I'm going to stamp it with Tranquil Tide. apologies if I am rushing. The links to all of the products will be on my blog. It is also on the Stampin' Up website. You can buy directly from my blog. There is also a Facebook page, Slim and Stylish Independent Demonstrator, to check out. And I will be doing projects on my YouTube channel, so please do subscribe and let me know what you think of my videos. I will just say while I'm on here, anything you buy this month in denominations of £45 will give you a £4.50 voucher to spend any time in August. And you're not just limited to one of those, you can get multiples of those. So there's my stamping done. So I'm going to take my bone folder now. I'm just going to curl the edges of my pansy. And curl the edges of this one. I like this one. This is a grunge stamp. And it's lovely because a lot of the stamps just perfect, and I like it where I just love this one with its spirograph effect. It's not a perfect pansy, it's just beautiful. And that's going to go on there. And then I'm going to be using my Tranquil Tide again. And I'm going to put the sentiment on it. So the sentiment was from the Wood Words stamp set, which is this one. And I'm using A Note for You, which I've just got off the screen here to here. Now I'm going to be stamping that. I'm going to stamp that with Fresh Fig again, so that it looks like this. The beauty of these colours is, of course, they all go together. Move that to the side. A Note for You. Oh, I've stamped that off screen. I do apologise. I hope I haven't stamped everything off screen. I'll have to go again. Wonder which colour I should use if I have to do it again. It's all good fun. I'm using the window punch, which, as I explained yesterday, is retired now. But there is a classic window punch that's out. And it's beautiful. I haven't got it. It's on my wish list. I will be purchasing it, probably with my vouchers that I get in August for the £4.50 you get if you spend 45 or more. It's obviously more than £4.50, but I will probably use that to offset it. And the punch that is being sold now makes it look like that. So instead of being circular, it has just little points on the end, and I think it's beautiful. I can't wait to get that one to play with. You don't realise how often you use these either. So I'm just going to stick some dimensionals. Onto the back of that. And a dimensional. Oh. On the back of there. Oh, almost stuck that in a place I didn't want it. So there is my next business card holder. As I said, I've got 3 now. They're all using the Eastern Palace series in the Fresh Fig, Tranquil Tide and Lemon and Lime Twist. They are using the Flower Shop and the Wood Words stamp set. My personal favourite is this one. But if you do want to purchase anything, or if you want to ask me any questions or get any of the dimensions for this, let me know. If you want me to work out the dimensions, you